Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the history of Lammas and how I incorporate celebrating it in my own life. Before I get started, I want to let you know that Lammas is one of the 8 pagan Sabbaths in the Wheel of the Year. Now, I don't align myself with any one religion. I like to take different things that I think in different religions that I think are very beneficial in my own life and things that I really admire and believe in. And whether you have your own religious or spiritual beliefs, I've always been really spiritual, so I've been really fluid in what I believe, and this is one of the things that I align myself with. Now, if you don't feel that way and you don't align with that, totally okay, you don't have to watch. But if you're curious of the history of Lammas and one of the pagan Sabbaths that celebrate the harvest season, please continue to watch and you'll learn a little bit about the history and what you can do to incorporate it in your own life. You have your own free will. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in as long as it doesn't harm anybody else. So if you would like to know the history, please continue to watch. So Lammas is celebrated on August 1st. It's the first of the harvest festivals in the pagan wheel of the year. The name Lammas comes from a Christian era term of loaf mass, which is marking the blessing of the first bread made from the grain harvest, but its roots actually run deeper. You may hear it simultaneously called Lammas or Lunasa. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, hopefully. And Lunasa is a Gaelic festival to honor the Celtic god Lugh, who is the patron of skill, craftsmanship, and light. According to legend, Lugh created the holiday to honor his foster mother. I'm not going to try to tackle her name because that's just not my forte. But she died clearing the land so crops could grow. And so this is a holiday and a celebration to honor all the hard work, and it's a celebration born from sacrifice, labor, and love. So both of these holidays, Lammas and Lunasa, they're simultaneous, and they both are festivals celebrating the same thing, which is gratitude for the first fruits of the land and the subtle turning toward the waning sun, especially in the northern hemisphere where a lot of the pagan Sabbaths take place because of Celtic or Gaelic beliefs. The wheel of the year kind of focuses on the sun's rotation, and we are currently going away from the sun in the northern hemisphere. But this whole thing about Lammas is nothing grows without gratitude. So it is a festival of grain, gratitude, and golden light. These are some of the colors used to represent rust colors, greens, golden, and light browns color of wheat or different grains. It's a turning point in the wheel of the year when we honor both abundance and impermanence. Its symbols reflect the rhythm of harvest and the sacred balance between the effort you put in and the reward that you get. So I'm putting together a little dinner and a basket for my friend to kind of go along with Lammas, and I'll kind of explain why I put the things that I did into the basket. So the first thing I have is a loaf of bread with the price on it. We're probably gonna make this for dinner tonight. I'm also making mushroom ravioli, which I'll kind of explain the thoughts behind that, and I made apple cinnamon cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. So bread and grain is a central symbol of Lammas, and it's the loaf. Bread made from the first grain represents survival, sacrifice, and the miracle of transformation from seed to stalk to sustenance. Wheat, barley, rye, oats also carry protective and prosperity, often used in offerings or home blessings. So I can't bake bread, so I just got her a loaf. Now I did do, these are supposed to be wheat to me. That's what I thought. So I made a little bouquet, fake flowers, because both of our cats eat everything. So I got corn for the season. Corn is one of the representative symbols of Lammas. Corn is a seasonal veggie that shows the abundance of the season. They worked hard. It says they worked hard to get here, all these ingredients. Sunflowers, which I would like to know people's opinions. My mom says fall flower. I don't know if it's a summer or fall flower, but I represented all the colors of lammas, the greens, the tans, the burnt oranges and golden colors, and I did corn and wheat to represent the season and the abundance of the season and what it represents. Here I made her a little seasonal trail mix. I don't know if it's any good, but I incorporated different nuts, coconut, apples, and cinnamon, grains of all kind, including oats and stuff like that, are humble grounding foods with ancient roots. They stick to your ribs and remind you that nourishment is a sacred act. Apples is also one of the main parts of lammas, and berries. Early apples that are ready and other orchard fruit carry a special lammas energy because they're juicy, generous, and wild. So I made a little fall trail mix. Who knows if it's good? I did all different kinds of nuts, cinnamon, apples, and coconut flakes. Another thing I got, which I will put this in my description, is lammas and their witch bells. And I'll put a couple of videos in the next thing that show a little closer up and the unboxing of this, because I also got one for myself. The point of witches bells is to hang them on your door, and the bells signify clearing of negative energy in your space. So every time you open the door and you hear the bells, it clears out the negative energy and is supposed to bring positive energy into your home. Here's when I first got the witches bells. They're from Christine Selena at Four Crows Apothecary on Etsy. And they were just packaged so beautifully. It actually took my breath away, and I had to film it because I was just so impressed. So I'll show you the final product out of the bag. So here they are out of the packaging. It's honestly the amount of detail and work that went into this and the chant that came with it. I was really, really impressed, and I will definitely be getting more from her. I also made her a little simmer pot jar. The whole purpose of the simmer pot is to bring gratitude for the harvest and bring abundance to your space. So what did I put in here? I put apple slices, which represent wisdom and prosperity. I put allspice, which represents luck and abundance. Oats, that represent nourishment and harvest energy. Bay leaves, which is for manifestation and success. And cinnamon, which represents abundance. And you just pour this onto a little pot on your stove, add about 2 cups of water, and it will smell up your house in a good way. So whenever I make her a basket to explain the significance of everything in the basket, I like to put these little cards, and on the back, I write what is important about the basket on the back of the cards, and I just stick them in the basket, and she can use them for decoration around the house or anything that she wants to use them for, but it just explains the significance of everything in the basket. Now, here's another thing that I put in her basket. It came a little late. It's from the Etsy shop of Smoke and Soil, and it is a corn dolly. Now, that is one of the top 4 symbols of Lammas, is the corn dolly, and it represents, well, I'll get into it later. You'll hear about it. But she's so cute. We got matching ones and named them Maisie and Cornelia, respectively. You can make your own corn dolly. Actually, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to. But, I don't really go to cornfields often. So, alas, this is mine. So I have my own little centerpiece that represents Lammas, and one of the main symbols of Lammas is the sun. Though its power is beginning to wane, the sun is still a dominant force at Lammas. It ripens the grain, warms the fields, and reminds us that even though light fades, it leaves behind nourishment. I also have a piece of fake bread so my cat doesn't eat it, which is a central symbol of Lammas as well. which I talked about in the beginning of the video, why bread is so important, and Lammas is known as loaf mass. So here are some crystals representative of Lammas. I have tiger's eye, which represents as we transition from the peak of summer. Tiger's eye offers grounding and protection. Its golden brown band evokes the rich earth and the strength needed to gather the harvest. It instills courage, confidence, empowering us to embrace the changes of the season and prepare for the future. Next to it, I have carnelian. Carnelian's fiery orange and red tones resonate with the sun's powerful energy, which has nourished the crops. It's a stone of creativity, courage, and vitality, reminding us of life's force inherent in the harvest and within ourselves. It can help us feel energized and motivated to process and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Next to the carnelian, I believe that I had green aventurine. Green aventurine is a stone of good fortune and growth and a connection to nature. Its verdant energy aligns with the lushness of late summer fields and the ongoing cycle of growth and renewal. It encourages a sense of well-being and helps us appreciate the natural world's generosity. And lastly, I have citrine, and citrine is a quintessential stone of abundance, prosperity, and joy. Its sunny disposition mirrors the golden hues of the ripened grain in the late summer sun. It helps us appreciate the harvest we've reaped and encourages a mindset of gratitude and optimism. I've talked about also the importance of apples to the season, which is why I have a fake apple here. Once again, my cat would eat it. And then here's a corn dolly. I think a corn dolly is equal to bread as far as representation of the season goes. The corn dolly, often woven from the last sheaf of grain, the corn dolly was kept through the winter as a charm of protection and fertility. This figure represents a living spirit of the land, honored, protected, and returned to earth in spring to ensure next year's growth. And then as you can see here, I have my very own bouquet that I created with wheat, with different colors of the season, with corn, and all together this is my centerpiece. I have had a little trouble, I'll add a clip at the end of the video, with my cat eating everything, which I'm glad that I got fake stuff. But yes, she really enjoys this bouquet, so I've had to put it away, unfortunately. But altogether, this is my little table centerpiece to really honor what is Lammas and what it represents as far as abundance, and thanking the earth for giving us what it has this season. So in true teacher fashion, I created a PowerPoint slideshow to teach Sarah all about Lammas, or as some people may refer to it as Lunasa, and everything that I've taught you so far as the symbols, the foods, the crystals, the simmer pots, and all the important things about the season. And I just wanted to run through why I did everything in the basket, why I picked the food that I did, and I'll go over that a little bit right now, of the main foods for the season, hence why I made apple cinnamon cupcakes and bread. I didn't make the bread. I did warm it up though. And the mushroom ravioli. So I'm going to read the most important foods of the season, since I haven't really went over that with you, while you watch me show her everything in her basket and go over everything. So bread represents gratitude, like I said, transformation and survival. Traditional loaves are round, sun-shaped, or braided into spirals and wheels. Some folks saved a portion for blessings, while others fed it to the fire or fields in offering. So I bought her a loaf of bread. I would really like to make a loaf of bread, so if anyone would like to teach me how to make a loaf of bread, I would appreciate it. Another food representative of Lammas is grains of all kind, which is why I put a lot of wheat, barley, oats. Obviously, ravioli is made of flour, so I thought that would let me get away with it. Grains are humble, grounding foods with ancient roots. They stick to your ribs and remind you that nourishment is a sacred act. Also important is berries and first fruits of the season. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. If you can pick them yourself, even better. Early apples may also be ready, which is why I did the apple cinnamon cupcakes, and I have apples in my centerpiece. They carry a special Lammas energy, which is juicy, generous, and wild. Seasonal veggies such as zucchini, tomato, squash, corn on the cob, hence the corn in my vase, beans, and fresh herbs. Let the ingredients sing. They've worked hard to get here. So you could do maybe like a zucchini bread or maybe zucchini pasta. Maybe I'll try that next time. And I'll insert a video next. One of the things that's really important in Lammas, which I thought was really interesting, was ale, mead, or herbal infusions. Think of kombucha, beer, and even some red wines. Because fermentation is magic, whether it's homebrewed ale, golden mead, or sun tea steeped in mint and calendula. Not only, you'll see later, I had her pick out a cider for us. Not only is ale part of fermentation you need is to create ale and ciders, but it's also part of the wheat crop that is so important during the season. It makes bread, it makes ale. And so she ended up getting us a maple cinnamon, I think. You'll see it in the video, a maple cinnamon ale. And so you'll see us try it for the first time. I'll insert a little clip, but I just wanted to explain to you what foods, if you wanted to celebrate this, obviously it's over this year, or you can celebrate it late. But what foods you can use to celebrate this season if you want to try it out for yourself. Sarah and I are trying, which we'll get into this. This is part of the holiday. What is cinnamon and maple hard cider. This is our first. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is good. Cinnamon and maple. If you're in Michigan, farmhouse cider. Very good.
Hey, may your harvest be sweet and your labor honored. May your plate be full with plenty to share. Cheers.
So we did a little bread blessing, and then we went on to eat our mushroom ravioli and our apple cinnamon cupcakes. I hope you enjoyed learning about one of the 8 sabbaths. I really enjoyed celebrating it and teaching you about it, and I will continue to make these videos if you're interested. It brings a level of coziness to each season when we can sit there and honor everything that the earth has brought to us and all the gifts. If you liked it, please subscribe and keep watching.